guys, I am back. I am sorry for the break. My building was being rewired. We own the building, so we were getting all new electrical work, and after they put the outlets in my house, it was like I could not get on track to do anything again. So I apologize. I am going to review episode 9, episode 10, and episode 11. Because I don't want to have gaps in this series of reviews, so I'm going to do all of them. So I'm going to jump into episode 9 now, and then I'm going to record 10, and then I'm going to record 11. So thanks for hanging in here if you're still subscribed, and let's get started. Alright, this was the episode that opened with her and Bill in the shower, and I don't know how I felt about Bill feeding on her on a regular basis. I mean, you could tell he just thought her blood was delicious. And I don't know. I love that Sookie had on house shoes, and her and Bill like wrapping up the body like they were like, she's commenting that, oh, regular couples don't do this, but they were just so nonchalant about disposing of the body, really. I'm glad she confronted Bill about that folder. Bill's shady. He's up to something. I haven't figured out what yet. Most of us haven't figured out what yet, but we'll have to see. I will say it again, I think he needs to stop feeding on Sookie because he was able to stay out in the sunlight for he did actually start to burn, but because he was able to stay out, I wonder like if you drank a certain amount of her blood, would you become a daywalker, or if you continue to drink her blood over a regular basis, because he drank, that, and then got kicked out of the truck, and okay, he's snacking on her again now, but I wonder if, let's say he drank from her every day for a month, like would it build up in his system? I wonder about that. And there was no Bill and Jessica, agility drills in this episode, which really bummed me out. They seriously need to add that more often. This episode, I still wasn't sure about Jesus or Ruby, but I did love how Ruby called her makeup war paint. I was really excited that Tara reached out for help. This is the episode where she decided to go to this meeting, the victims, rape survivors meeting, and even though she didn't talk at the meeting, just being there, you could tell it helped her listening to other people. So I was really glad that she had done that, and she needed it. She needed to take the initiative and like get her spunk back, and that was a really good step towards that. Well, Eric and the Authority, I was surprised at their ruling. My opinion of that was they were just washing their hands of the whole thing. Like, they didn't even want to deal with Russell. Like, they didn't want to be bothered with him. And that he had put Pam in danger as well. I mean, him rushing back there and like, let's go hide. But, of course, he would come after her just the way he went after Talbot. And I loved him having the bleeds again. I like how they're consistent with that. They are really consistent with, like, if they've been up, they have the bleeds. I really felt bad for Hoyt in this episode. I knew Summer was a distraction, but I at least thought she was a fun distraction for him. It was really interesting to discover that he couldn't stand being with her. I thought he was okay, like, and with tolerating her or whatever, but he and Jessica's conversation were really nice. They just have an ease of talking with each other that, I don't know, it's the kind of thing where that's your soulmate, because you don't have to work to come up with conversation. It just flows naturally. So I think they should try to work things out, because the way they illustrated that right there, like, she knew him, she knew when did he tell her? Like, all they did was talk at the beginning of their relationship. They talked constantly. Like, when she stole that guy's phone from the hotel, then she was calling him all the time, and they just talked. Like, she already knew he hated dolls, and I don't know. I just think they are so cute together, so at this point I was thinking, well, yeah, they should definitely try to work things out. What I mainly have to say about Jason for this episode was thank you for taking care of Franklin. Because he had stopped being, like, fun, crazy, or interesting crazy. He's just off the deep end. So I really like that Jason stood up with that. He still has some of his Light of Day Institute wooden bullets, and he took care of Franklin. So I appreciate that. I'll reserve my comments about Crystal's family for my review of episode 11, or maybe episode 10, but not in this one. But yes, thank you, Jason, for getting rid of Franklin. In this episode, I really felt like we were being set up. Like, Tommy's behavior is getting crazier and crazier. Just to. He was just crazy, like, with that girl making all this noise. I loved Terry calling up Sam and telling him about it. And just Tommy had just driven Sam crazy. And of course, he took it out on. I mean, not that Crystal's dad was a cool guy or anything, but he just had to get it out, and he did it in like a crazy, violent way. So that was a little surprising to see, but that's usually the ones that lose it, the ones that are quiet all the time and nice all the time. When they go crazy, they go crazy. And that's exactly what Sam did. I can't even put into words how much I enjoy Russell and the actor playing Russell. I am really going to miss him once this season is over. He is phenomenal. I told you all he was going to lose it, and he lost it. You don't stay with somebody for 700 years unless you really like them. Vampire, notwithstanding, but you stay with somebody because you enjoy being with them. And, I always point back to Lorena and Bill. Lorena's not around anymore, but he couldn't stand her, even though she was his maker. And he took any opportunity he could to not be with her. And Russell and Talbot's relationship, I'm sorry they had to give it to Talbot. I'm sorry they had to give it to Russell. They are just, oh my goodness. They are like Karen and, what was his name? On Will and Grace, it was Karen, and then the guy that was Will's friend. I can't think of his name now, but they're just a couple like you. I wanted to see them more than I wanted to see Will and Grace. Sean Hayes is the guy's name, but I can't think of what his name was on the show. And like when Russell and Talbot were on together arguing, it was just great television. So I miss Talbot. I really do. And I'm going to miss Russell. I really am. Bill, in a episode after this one, blames Eric for sending back their calls 1,000 years. But really, it's Russell who did it. Russell could have handled this under the cover or underground, but he went crazy and did that on national TV. He did what everybody that doesn't like vampires thinks a vampire is going to do. Eat their children and then eat them. So, oh my goodness. And not being able to get to Eric when he wanted to get to Eric, I think helped fuel even more crazy. So, I am looking forward to what is going to happen in the finale. But Russell's fantastic. There is no outfit of the episode for this episode. I didn't like anybody's clothes. Pam, who was usually my go-to person, was wearing that weird short-sleeved jumpsuit, and it looked like it was made of velour. That was awful. What was fantastic, though, was Pam's hair. Giant, soft, shiny, bouncy curls. So we're going to make this the hair of the episode because her hair looked fantastic.